Hello, friends. Happy Mother's Day. I hope you are all having a great Sunday. Back for another episode of Curious Christian. Thank you so much for watching, for checking in. Really appreciate it and hope that you are truly having a great weekend. So I don't know about you guys, but I know for me, one thing that I have been struggling with during this season is being content. So, like I said in the first episode, I'm a people person. I love connecting with people, spending time with people, getting to hang out with people. I love getting to physically gather together as a church. And so while it was really awesome that we got together as a church family with Life Church Michigan today and got to all hang out online and we're able to enjoy a really awesome message and some great worship. I really do miss being able to gather as the church. And I'm just really excited for when we get back to that normal, not lockdown, not on this forced quarantine. I'm really looking forward to it and I'm really excited. And I know that many other people feel the exact same. But it's been hard for me to, during this time, really focus on the benefit and the blessing that this period can be. And recognizing that no matter what is going on, no matter what we're going through, God is good through it all. He's working through it all. He has a plan through it all. And part of our call as followers of Christ is to be content regardless of our circumstance. And that's something I've honestly always struggled with, of if there's something that, I feel needs to change or something that I want to see different, it's hard for me to not be so focused on what could be that, I miss out on what currently is. So I'm in a life group with Life Church, and we were watching a message by Judah Smith this last week, and then watched something else by Stephen Furtick. And they were both on journeying through uncertainty and talking about how Judah talked about how we're supposed to, recognize that on our journey, God is the destination. That being connected, spending time with him, that's the goal. That's what we're working towards. And so while many of us get so focused on where we're going, what we really need to work on is learning on how to just be here, how to be present in the here and now, to recognize that God isn't just in the distant future waiting for us, but that we're journeying and walking with him today to find him in this place, to find our source of contentment right here, right now. Because if we don't, it doesn't matter how much our circumstance changes, we could find ourselves forever looking to the future, forever looking towards what's there and never spending time in what's here, where we are now, and always missing out on what God is doing now. In Exodus chapter 13, as the Israelites have exited Egypt and they're wandering through the desert and God is establishing all the different laws and establishing the festivals, he tells Moses, he says, I want you to establish a festival where they're going to eat unleavened bread for 7 days and then feast on the 8th day. And talks about how the firstborns are to be redeemed, are to be set aside, set apart during this period. And it's all in remembrance to what God has done. So in Exodus 13, verse 14, God says to Moses, and then Moses to the people of Israel, he says, and when in time to come your sons ask you, what does this mean? You shall say to him, by a strong hand the Lord brought us out of Egypt from the house of slavery. So the Israelites are currently wandering through the desert. They have not reached their promised land yet, and they will not reach the promised land for 40 years, right? an entire generation is going to wander through the wilderness and never see the ultimate promise that was given hundreds of years before they even get to this point. And yet they are encouraged in this season to recognize what God has already done and remember that right now, so that they are encouraged in their current season to continue moving forward. And I think it's a great encouragement and a great challenge for me, and for some of you, I'm sure that's the same, of remembering that God is not just in the period outside of the quarantine, outside of getting through COVID-19, but he is here and now. He is working in the present, and he is doing things today, and doing things today that he could not have done the other day, right? The opening of that line is, and in time, when in time your son comes to ask you, when in time, it reminds me of what Paul says in the book of Galatians, whenever he's talking about the perfect timing of God, of God always has a perfect time, of God is always working, he's always moving, and remembering how he has worked and moved in the past, I think is key to helping us recognize that he is working today. And for me, like, that's the only thing that I know of that can bring that source of contentment, is to remember that, you know, God has been with me through every season up to this point. Why would he not be here now? And if God has used every season of my life up to this point to teach me something, to grow me, to develop me, for me to experience something about him new, then why wouldn't he use this season as well? I know that doesn't necessarily make the waiting easier, but if my focus is on that instead of all that I feel like I'm missing, then maybe my attitude about what's currently going on can begin to shift, and I can have my eyes open to see more of what God is doing and how he's moving. But I hope that you guys are having a great day. Moms who check into this video, thank you so much for all that you do. I know being a mom is not an easy job. I don't know personally. Obviously, I'm not a mom for many reasons, but you know, I am extremely appreciative of my mom and everything that she has done for me over all of my life. And so, from one son, thank you so much for all that you do, for all that you've done, and all you will continue to do. We love you. Hope that you have an incredible Mother's Day. And for everybody watching, thank you so much for checking out the video. Do me a favor, click the like button, share this on Facebook, and do me a favor, go over to my YouTube channel. You can find it if you search Christian Arndt on YouTube. I'm like the third option, but the more people that like and follow me, that subscribe on YouTube, the higher I'll show on there. And then once we get to 100 subscribers, we can actually get our own little link. So it'd be youtube.com/Christian Arndt. So once we get there, that'll be a little bit easier, but go ahead and check it out. I will leave in the comments the link to this video on YouTube, but go ahead and hit subscribe on YouTube for me. Like and follow and share this on Facebook. But thank you all so much. Hope you have a great rest of your Sunday, and we will see you later this week. Bye.